Alright. Well, it's Friday, 10:14 in the morning. It's leg and lymphatic day. I did not do leg and lymphatic day, and I didn't even do the walk like I said I was going to do yesterday, just because last night at like 8:30, I started getting another pain in my lower left leg. It's not the same as the tendon thing that I had. That thing actually feels pretty good, but when you have lymphedema and varicose veins, you always tend to have some like aching and tenderness and sometimes some sharper pains and stuff that come and go with the disease. So it's hurting actually more than the tendon thing. So I took it easy today, didn't do anything. Trust me, I really wished I could have got my fluid moving, but couldn't do it today. So might as well just take a rest. I'm going to do, again, Saturday tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can do a light walk, but I will be doing shoulders tomorrow because, again, I got to keep fluid moving. That's the whole point of everything. Drink a lot of water, nothing else. I mean, stuff like coffee and fruit juice, real fruit juice is good, but you want to stay away from anything with any processed crap. Just it's bad. Water's the best. Water. You got to drink water. You got to get in the gym and cycle it. You got to eat a good diet so all those processes work good together. Anyways, this is my introduction. I should have done it a while ago. I don't want to waste time and create a long video. I show my whole workouts, which are over an hour long sometimes, because I don't believe in editing stuff. Everything damn near online anymore, video and whatnot, just seems fake as hell. Everyone edits it to make themselves look good or fake everything up. It's horrible. It's stupid. And being ill and me trying to help ill people, sick people, I want you to see it all. The good, the bad, the ugly, no matter what. As you saw last Friday when I basically pulled my leg, I stopped everything. I talked to you a little bit or whatever. But if you want to do a leg and lymphatic day like I normally do, go back 2 weeks on Friday and you can see me do a full 45-minute jump. I got a crap ton more on another couple more SD chips. I got hundreds of videos, but I've only just started posting the recent ones. I initially started them to help with my form, being that showing that I was doing the exercise correctly, being that my body and spine are the way they are. My form's just totally whacked, so I have to figure it out on my own because I don't know anyone else that's doing this. But anyways, my name is Jack, if you haven't figured that out by the channel. 42 years old. I was born 4/26/82, which means my birthday is in 8 days from today. I'll be 43. So, again, like I said, I don't like editing stuff, so you're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I believe that's just horrible. People constantly, sugarcoat and whatnot, and all this stuff online about exercise, working out, diets and stuff, and it's so much clutter. I'm not telling you to do one thing or the other. I'm saying do your own thing. Like I always say before, you got to figure out what your body likes and not likes. But basically three of the big things: drink a lot of water. You got to drink. Don't be an idiot and take a gallon of water and chug it at once. Space it. I do like 5 or 6 of these a day, every 2 to 3 hours. One of those every 2 to 3 hours, and one full one with a workout. All right, background. I started having lower back pain in 2006, which resulted in my ankylosing spondylitis, and I'm basically not fully fused, but I haven't gotten an MRI in over a decade, so I don't know exactly how much fused, but by the range of motion and how I can't breathe and how stiff my rib cage is, I'm pretty, say I'm at least 75%. give or take. I don't know exactly what it is. So I didn't get diagnosed with that until I had the first ulcerative colitis blowout in Valentine's Day, basically, of 2009, and I was diagnosed with them both together because the doctor did genetic tests and say these two issues run together: ankylosing spondylitis and ulcerative colitis. In and out of the hospital, God knows how many times. I had my appendix out while I was having an ulcerative colitis flare. That wasn't pleasant because that surgery was done bad because it was ulcerated tissue that the lady surgeon had to stitch or suture or staple up. So I wish she would have scheduled another surgery appointment for a couple months later after everything was healed and redo it, because that bad surgery, the bad healing from that surgery, resulted in me getting a small bowel obstruction over a decade later, about a little over a decade later. Let's see. I ended up getting a blood clot, a deep vein thrombosis, DVT, in my lower right leg. It was a clot that was it was on the scan. It was mid calf, and then I literally watched it, like the swelling jump above my knee. And they say when it goes into your thigh, that's when you got like minutes, maybe hours before it breaks off and goes to your brain, lungs, or heart. So I saw it jump to mid-thigh. Thank God one of my doctors caught it, because I didn't see the subtle, I was on prednisone at the time for the flare, ulcerative colitis flare, and I did not see the subtle swelling in my right leg compared to my left leg. And he told me to go to the ER right away, so I did and got that changed and got that fixed. But while I was there, again, I had the ulcerative colitis flare as well. While I was there, they put me in the overflow ER because it was full. Well, I ended up getting C. diff infection. And if anyone knows what that is, it's a nightmare. First round antibiotics didn't work. All while they're dealing with my ulcerative colitis and my blood clot, pumping me full of heparin and whatnot to thin my blood out, so none of that stuff broke off and killed me. I was dealing with C. diff because I got it from the ER. So they put me in a room. The first round of antibiotics didn't work because he didn't give me enough. It got rid of it, but came right back again. I mean, I was almost healed. So it came right back, and I was on vancomycin, which everyone knows what that is if they had C. diff before. It's a super strong antibiotic. I came home on the vancomycin, and still wasn't going away. Like, it just wasn't, it was like stagnant. It was staying the same course. Well, my sister at the time was making kefir, water kefir, not the milk kefir you always see in stores, but water kefir. So she'd make me actually a big bottle of it a day. It's just a massive probiotic drink, big bottle. Drank one of those a day with the vancomycin. Cleared me up in it's like a week and a half. I got off the vancomycin and I was free of it. So take probiotics with the vancomycin if you have C. diff. My ulcerative colitis cleared up, but I had the ulcerative colitis flare while I had the C. diff, so I could have got toxic megacolon really easy due to how everything was nasty. Everything cleared up, thank God. I got my blood clot under control. Then dealt with all the symptoms, the pain, the agony from the colitis, the ulcerative colitis, the flare-ups. You never know when a flare is going to come unless you eat something really stupid, and then you can tell. But sometimes they just, the environment affects your illnesses, like seasonal allergies, pressures. I noticed going from winter to spring, the pressure changes, messes with me, and from fall to winter, those are the two times I might get a flare due to outside environmental factors. cold weather affects all my illnesses, my pain, and my colitis. Warm, humid weathers obviously does too, but warm, dry weather is beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Years later, I got the small bowel obstruction. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of stuff here because I got like file cabinets just filled with medical crap. It's insane. Like I even wrote a bunch of stuff down here, like all the stuff that I have and whatnot. I'll go over a lot of the stuff. I literally missed out on a lot. But anyways, but the main ones are the ankylosing spondylitis, ulcerative colitis, and the factor V Leiden. I got the blood clot due to me getting the factor V Leiden, which if you look online, you got multiple factors in the blood clotting. I think it's like 1 through 5, factor 1, factor 2, factor 3. Well, factor 5 is the one that flips out a lot, and people get factor V Leiden due to it. There's heterozygous and homozygous. Heterozygous is you get one basically bad gene from one parent, and then homozygous, which I have, you get 2 bad genes. And I'm on basically blood thinners for life because of it. Rat poison sample number 42. It's warfarin. Look it up. I know I say a lot, but I'm trying to think in my head here what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Factor V Leiden. Holy mother of pearl, I lost my train of thought. Warfarin. That stuff's tricky. You got a diet affects it, environmental factors affect it, everything affects it. I've got like 15 things that are constantly in flux in my body and around my body, affecting my body. So I constantly am on guard and have anxiety because of all this stuff. Not to mention, since my rib cage is fused, I can't take deep breaths. So I get even more anxiety due to my ankylosing spondylitis. Yeah, if you have ankylosing spondylitis and you just have some back pain from the start of it, just wait. When your rib cage fuses, you can't take deep breaths anymore. So you better learn and focus on how to belly breathe constantly. That's all you do is belly breathe. And you can't take deep breaths, so you got to learn to control your breathing. And at the start, there's a lot of panic attacks. Yeah. I had fun with that one too. It's insane. The small bowel obstruction I got, as you can see when I work, I got this big scar across my gut. I got because of that appendix being taken out with the bad tissue, wasn't healed right, blocked it right at the entrance of where the small intestines dumps into the large intestines, right where the appendix hangs. I got it was like 12 inches of my small bowels removed and about 5 or so inches of my large intestines removed because they're all black and dead. There was a mix-up with hospitals. I went to one hospital. They didn't have the correct stuff to do it. They took me to my normal hospital, and then there was a mess-up between doctors, so I had to wait 2 days in agony, even with pain medicine. It was still pretty nasty. But all while, what pissed me off even more was not the pain, that it was everything dying and turning black. Because I guess there's stages to small bowels. Like if they would caught it in time and removed it, I would have kept all that stuff and they could have just repaired what that lady messed up initially. But no. So, and no, I didn't sue anybody for it, but it was probably a good excuse to, being that both hospitals screwed everything up. So I had a good surgeon the second time that did all that stuff. So thank God for him. So the small bowel obstruction, and I had that in 2023. I had my DVT in like 2013. I had my ulcerative colitis first flare in 2009. And I had my start of my ankylosing in about 2006. So let's see. And then the main issues now, I continually get flares every once in a while. Ulcerative colitis flares every once in a while. Constant back pain. It never ends. even if you're almost fused or all the way fused or partially fused. Back pain, sharp gripping, stabbing. Sometimes it feels like somebody dumps gasoline on my rib cage and my spine and lights it on fire. I mean, that's how like it burns. It's just nuts. But let's see. Medications I take. All I take is I take high doses of warfarin, the blood thinner, and I have to take it for life, for my DVT, for my factor V Leiden, actually. I was going to say something else regarding that. Anyways, high dose of warfarin is one of my medications, and I take various vitamins, minerals to help with everything, including the diet I'm on and exercise and the fluid movement. You always got to move your fluid. You got to keep everything going in your body. I'm not saying run around like an idiot 24/7. I'm just saying you got to figure your own body out and how everything works, right? And how if this works good for that, if this works good for that, if that doesn't work good, all right, we'll cut it out and maybe come back to it later. It's got to be it's like you're running up a never-ending staircase. It's nuts. Let's see, probiotics. I take a wide range of probiotics. Sometimes I feel like they don't really do anything, but I continually take them because I guess they're good for you. So I take a bunch of those. And the only other thing I take is the things I take for pain. I take, when I need good sleep, I take 1 ibuprofen and 1 extra strength Tylenol together at about 7 to 8 o'clock at night, so I can get some decent sleep that night. But I don't take pain throughout the whole day, the rest of the day. For ulcerative colitis, my ankylosing spondylitis, for years I didn't do any of that stuff. In fact, I didn't even do Tylenol and ibuprofen. I for a long time. I was running a few years on nothing, just besides the supplements and my exercise and the diet. You can literally control, depending on the pain, the quality of pain, the sharpness of the pain, and what you're doing, you can actually control anywhere from like 30%, depending on how nasty you feel, all the way up to like 85-90% of your pain. You can literally you can literally be almost freaking fully pain free if you do stuff right, if you do your diet right, your exercise right. And I'll come back with other videos, explain that. I'm already at 17:37 minutes, and I'm trying not to go long, because I know when I sit there on YouTube and go down the rabbit hole of videos, I don't like watching anything more than like 20-30 minutes long. So trying to cut this short for you. I only want to make a 10-minute video, but here I'm yakking on like an idiot and saying 50 times. So let's see. So yeah, I just take 1 ibuprofen and 1 extra strength Tylenol, and I've taken opioids for quite a few years there for pain, but it wasn't really for pain. It was the opioids were slowing down my bowels and actually letting my ulcerative colitis work better. I was having more solid poops, and everything ran a lot better while I was on opioids. I would have got off opioids earlier, but it wasn't the pain I was afraid of in my back, my spine pain, which hurt like, yeah. I was afraid if I came off the opioids, my ulcerative colitis would run normal, and I'd bleed more, I'd have more flare-outs, and I thought everything was going to go just sideways coming off the opioids, and that's what I was scared of. But I cold turkeyed that shit, and yeah, never looked back, except when I got these done, as if you saw these already. See? These are a result of bite strength. My normal teeth, my human teeth, weren't strong enough. And it's not that my teeth are brittle, it's just they weren't strong enough. I grind bruxism at night, really tense, strong, hard grinding, and I also clinch. Like, I'll clinch, and it's like doesn't register in my brain that I'm clinching. And if my brain will just snap, and I'll realize I'm doing it, and I gotta relax my jaw. And I've busted over half dozen teeth out of my head just from clenching alone. I ground my bottom teeth, all my bottom teeth, down to my gums before I even left high school. I had braces 2 years longer than I was supposed to have because, you know, you got those brackets on your teeth. I'd snap, people would snap a bracket. I'd snap the whole motherfucking line off, like literally. One time actually, I walked out of the office from getting a checkup and getting it realigned, and new rubber bands to move my jaw and stuff, and walked out of the door, shut the door, bit down, snapped off 5 brackets, boom, 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 right all along the bottom there. Couldn't walk in and get it fixed because appointments, so I had to make an appointment, come back next week, blah, 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 blah. So, due to my being on blood thinners, basically my teeth were shot. Like I couldn't just get replaced with individual implants and whatnot, 'cause everything was shot. So I went to many dentists. I kind of live out in the sticks, right out of Chicago somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you. But I live out in the sticks, and all the dentists out here didn't want to touch me because I was on high doses of blood thinner to do the surgery for the all-on-4s. That's what these are, they're implants, all-on-4 implants is what it means. 4 screws on each time, 4 screws in the top, 4 screws in the bottom. So I had to go into Chicago, fantastic dentist, I won't mention his name. I don't need to bother him, but I will say that the dentist I went to, on their webpage, it says they are a Chicago Blackhawks dentist. So I guess they're used to beat up grills, you know. So, and they would do the surgery, and he even told me that I bled like crazy while they were doing it, because they got to basically fillet your gums open all the way like you're filleting a fish. Clear out all the teeth and bacteria and anything that was nasty, top and bottom, clean it all out, and then they shave down the bone to make it flat, and then they screw screws in. And I made sure he put some big lag bolts in there. I wanted the biggest screws you could find, because I kept telling him when I first went in there, I ruined shit. So he did. He put in, they're massive. I seen them on the x-rays when they do checkup or whatever. They're fucking huge. They're just fucking bam. And he said I got real thick bottom jawbone, which was good, thank God, for the big screws. So I'm not worried about breaking these things. I'm worried about breaking the screws now, popping the screw, which I already did. I already blew 1 screw out. Well, when you get these, they put you, initially when you first get them, they put you in plastic. Like a plastic, kind of like a training bra, you know, like they put you in a something to let it heal, just so you can get by and not look like a toothless idiot. I broke those mothers like every day, no joke. I snapped those fuckers in half constantly. They gave me bite guards, blew all the bite guards up day 1, like literally night 1. I just blew them into bits. They were, I'd swallow chunks. I'd wake up with just little chunks of the thing in my mouth. Just blew those to hell. They made the fancy zirconias, the nice pearly white zirconia ones, you can get, and zirconia, they're fake diamonds. They're on the Mohs scale. They're a 9 on the Mohs scale. I think human teeth are around like a 6 or a 7. And started busting those up too. Oh yeah, my jaw muscles break up fake diamonds. I was just chewing through literally day 1. I went home, I busted one of the teeth in half, and then busted a bunch of chunks off the rest of the bottom part. So I just blew those up. And since I'm on high dose of blood thinner, I don't know if you know crystals, zirconia. They're like seashells almost, like. They're very, very sharp if you would break them in half, they get these very super, even sharper than like a scalpel. You know what I'm talking about? Like a shell when it's super sharp, or a crystal, if you know crystals or anything, or diamonds, if you get that, it's just super sharp. And since I'm on high dose of blood thinners, I didn't want to accidentally swallow any of those chunks, because I don't want to bleed internally and die. I got enough problems. I don't need to worry about chunks of fake diamond flowing through me, cutting my stuff up, right? So I said, I went in there, and they make the metal bracings for teeth, right? Like for bridges, and then they'll put in a lot of cases, they'll put a composite, a white composite to look like white teeth, and then they'll put, or they'll put like a porcelain or some ceramic, like a zirconia or something. They'll put holes in the metal, and then they'll bond this, composite to give you white teeth, right? Well, again, I would have probably ended up destroying those things too. And again, I don't want any shards, composite, plastic. This plastic especially, I don't want any more microplastics floating around here. But I didn't want any plastics flowing through me, and I busting that all up, or more shards of porcelain and some form of ceramic they use, and zirconia, whatever. So I just said, I went in there and I said, make me a set of metal teeth, just polish the bitches and screw them in. So he was gonna make me a set of titanium ones. He was gonna make these out of titanium and polish them up and do it. But apparently he's got another strong biter in his patient list, where he did that. He made a bridge of titanium and then put composite around for this guy. I think he said he was part autistic, which is the reason why he's got a strong bite. I mean, but he, I guess when you grind and start beating the crap out of titanium, it powders. Like if you grind all night and you'll wake up with a black mouth inside, and you got all this powdered titanium coating the inside of your mouth. Well, I didn't know that at the time, and he changed my order without talking to me, which I'm glad he did. He changed them to chromium cobalt. That's what these are, chromium cobalt. They're just, so I came in and he had two big old blocks of chromium cobalt metal. They're just two blocks. I mean, they're heavy too in your hand. Like, they're quite heavy. So he screwed them in, and he thought it was fascinating. He was showing all his dentist buddies and stuff, which I think it was the first pair like this that anybody's seen. Like I said, this isn't no fake-ass, stupid-looking rapper grill here. This is some real shit. I mean, when you get like when you're eating popcorn and you eat, like, you actually get a kernel and it hurts, you bite down on your real teeth, and I know that hurts. I don't even feel it. I don't even feel a kernel. It just like turns it to dust under these big blocks of stainless steel. So that's what these are. If you've seen these things as I was working out and stuff, that's the story behind that. I just have too strong of a bite, and my dentist even corroborated that. I don't know what the strongest bite person in the world is, like a Guinness Book of World Records for that stuff, but I imagine if he still has teeth in his head or her head, they don't have that strong of a bite. You got to blow your teeth up like I did. So I'm not saying I'm the strongest bite in the world. I'm just saying, if I wreck my teeth, you know what I mean? It's yow. I'm not proud of it. Trust me. I'd rather not have blocks of metal in my teeth, in my mouth, because you got to learn how to talk again in a way, because, you know what I mean? You're just so used to talking with your normal teeth, the spacing and exactly where your teeth are. You can spit words out, fast, slow, enunciations, all that stuff, Well, you got to kind of, these give you like a lisp, like at the beginning. It's nuts. But, all right. Oh, crap. I went 28, 29 minutes now. All right. So that's the hot zone stuff. I have ankylosing spondylitis, mostly fused. I have a severe ulcerative colitis, which it tends to blow out. I hate even saying it, but at least once a year. And like I said, it always seems to be, either from winter to spring, the change in pressures and temperatures, or from fall to winter, same thing. It's like that just fucking, the winter trashes me in general. I just feel in general just a lot worse and shitty in the wintertime. I wish I didn't live up here, because it's horrible for spine issues and bowel issues. But and then I have factor V Leiden, and one other thing about that is what my blood doctor told me is you got a clotting gene in you, basically, and it flicks on and off all the time, because you're not just clotting, you're not just growing clots on the outside of your skin from a scratch or something, but there's constant damage in your blood vessels where, stuff gets scratched and you don't know about it because you can't see it. And you got the clotting mechanism that constantly flicks on and off, repairing all your blood vessels and stuff too, inside and outside. Mine apparently got flipped on, and it's on all the time. So my shit constantly clots, and I'm needing thinner to thin it out just enough so the clots don't stick inside. So I run a fine line with all my issues, but I hope some of my stuff helps people. I hope, overweight people, I inspire them with my workouts, and once I get into my diet and stuff, it helps you. I'm not looking to be anybody fancy, some celebrity to make money at any of this crap. I feel like shit all the time, and I don't like how so many people on this planet feel like shit, being that nobody's curing anything, and they just want stupid drugs to mask everything. I won't go on any of those those biologic garbage. I won't go on any of that hard designer drug crap. I just won't. It's not worth it. It either doesn't work, or there's way too many side effects, or both. And I already got enough side effects from the illnesses. I don't need to compound the situation with other bullshit. I've known a couple people in real life that one person got cancer from one of those medications. I don't need. I want to run my life the way I want to run my life. So, and I have a great new GP right now where when I have a ulcerative colitis blowout, I don't even go to the doctor. I don't even have a gastroenterologist or rheumatologist. I mean, those people, in my opinion, just want your damn money. Procedures, they make the most money on procedures, remember. So the reason why they want to shove a camera up your ass all the time is not because of your health. It's because they make like $5 or $10 grand off it or something. I don't know exactly. I think my one and only colonoscopy I got at the beginning of all this, I think he made like $6 grand off it, because you can see the breakdown in the bill. So yeah, he got $6 grand to shove a camera up my ass, and then they go and they do biopsies and clip little chunks of polyps. Well, polyps are in everybody. Everybody's got a fucking polyp, right? I mean, I don't know anybody that ever talked to you had a colonoscopy that didn't have a polyp. Well, they go in there and snip biopsies out there, and if you watch them snip it in the video, they bleed a little bit afterwards. So okay, I want an open wound made by you in my poop chute, right? Like, you don't want those bacterias getting in there. I don't know. It's just, the whole medical industry needs to be totally redone. And I'm not just saying because Obamacare fucked everything up. I'm saying everything was trash from the beginning. So how about we start curing stuff and helping people? Because, I mean, you get people like me then that buck the system. But I've managed to live with it. My bowels run good when they're running good, and when I don't flare out. I poop solid due to my exercise and my diet and my supplementation. I've figured out little tricks to get my poop running good. My back, with diet and exercise and fluid flow and everything, you can get your back pain down dramatically if you do it right, instead of sitting around whining about it. And get up and do something, or go take a pill, whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. It's your own damn life. But I would rather not sit around and, well, die, right? Everyone's dying, but, it's when you have an illness and the illness could kill your ass, it's a lot more anxiety on your system, because you always know it's in the back of your mind that you could end up dying from one or all of your illnesses. If you got a healthy person, a healthy person's dying all the time right now too. Everyone's slowly dying, but they're not thinking constantly of their illness, and their illness could kill them. You know what I mean? So Oh yeah, the blood issue is a real thing. I mean, having my clot turned on like that and hoping and praying the damn blood thinner does its job is just nuts. And I have to constantly check my blood thinness, my INR every Monday. I got to keep it between 2.0 and 3.0. I found out if I go above 2.5 and 2.6, it literally, my blood is like super thin and it flows like water through the crypts in my large intestines. It just, because you got the valleys, the little crypts in your intestines that where the water passes and nutrients pass between. The blood will flow real easy if your blood's too thin. So if I go above 2.5, 2.6 in my INR, so it's happened countless times. So if I can keep my INR down and watch my diet and do my exercise correctly, and I can go indefinitely without a flare, right? But again, there's outside environmental factors, the pressures, the temperatures, seasonal allergies mess. So everything tweaks your body, and it's very, very hard because I don't know everything, but I've been digging into this for roughly a decade now, pretty hardcore. I got this, again, I'm not getting paid by anybody. I'm not in it for the payment. I'm in it to help as much as I can, to inspire people to want to treat their body a little better. I got this Oura Ring 4 and I got this Apple Watch 10, and if you wear these long enough and not just like wear them half-assed, if you wear them long enough, you'll see trends and everything. So like heart rate's the best trend you can see, sleep and tepid body temperature, and you can see trends and everything. Like the watch isn't as good as sleep tracking as this is, but this does heart rate better than this does. This does working out and tracking all those metrics better than this does, because it's on your finger, right? Like more you move, oh my god, I'm walking 10 miles, you know what I mean? Because you're moving it more than you're moving your wrist. So this is counting for more stuff that you're technically not doing. So I highly recommend, and I got both of them because I can then see the differences, and that actually gives me a whole nother window into what's going on. So it helps me out a lot. I'm not saying run out and buy a tracker. I'm just saying pay attention to your health. You gotta, you're always thinking about, if you're ill, you're always thinking about your illness, but there's no pill out there. There's nothing out there that will allow you to continually do your life without as you were normal. So any issue you have, right, no matter what medical pill you take or what diet and exercise and diet and supplements you do, you're never going to live the life you did when you're healthy, period. None of those stupid medications will allow you to do that. You're always going to have issues, right? It's just the problem is those medications is all they do is mess more stuff up, right? And give you more autoimmune issues and give you more cancers. They give you all kinds of weird shit, because all those medicines do is they basically block pathways in your body, right? If you got an inflammation, they found ankylosing spondylitis uses this one pathway for most of its pain or inflammation in your body. So what they'll do is they'll try regulating that pathway, right, and try to alter it in some fashion. And you can't, because it's like a fuse on a car, right? Like you got your rear lights are tied into your wipers or something. If you I gotta pull that to shut my wipers off, and now your rear lights aren't working, right? It's the same way with that, right? If you mess with a pathway that does that, well, that pathway might have other things that are being used in other parts of your body that are essential for you to live. That's another reason why I don't like the medication. It's a shit factory. All right, the whole I don't even want to get into that really, but it's a messed up nightmare. Okay, it's all designed for greed, to be perfectly honest. So if it wasn't designed for greed, we would have cures, right? With AIs out there now, and how advanced these labs are. They could easily have cured stuff by now. And all you got to do is look at the common cold and the flu, right? We still have the flu and the cold floating around, the things that have been around for since time was time, and they still haven't, like, there's still no relief pill for it. You think, oh, you got a cold, I can go to, the pharmacy and just get, an actual thing called cold relief, take it, and it literally takes the cold away. No, we don't even have that, right? It's nuts. So, 40 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to talk so long. I could go on for like 3 months nonstop. But that's it in a nutshell. I actually have to make lunch and go to my massage. And that's another thing. If you find a good massage therapist, if you have ankylosing spondylitis, go to them and let them massage out your soft tissues on your back. It really, really helps then with your workouts throughout the week, because you got more range of motion. I mean, she doesn't just like do it. She puts cups on, which relieves the tension, massage, and she even like moves me kind of like a therapist would to stretch me out, right? But she does it after the massage, so all my tissues aren't cold. I don't recommend cold stretching for even healthy people. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Cold stretching is stupid, right? Just think of a rubber band, right? Right? If you work a rubber band nice and smooth for a little bit to get warm, well, it's more pliable then. But if you grab a cold rubber band and just pull it out like that, that damn thing might snap. Same damn thing. Exactly. So I don't care what any of these workout twats out there think about that whole thing, but I have done a lot of stuff on myself to realize that stuff is horrible. That's why I do the walks before my weights. The walks heat everything up. It heats it. It warms it. Gets all the stuff warm. It cycles the fluid and nutrients where it needs to go, and you're so much warmer. If you don't believe me, work out for so long without walking, then do a mile walk, heat your body up. Again, you gotta do it all do the work to see the results from it. And I've done that for years. About a decade I've been figuring that out. And I've realized that the reason the walk is extremely beneficial. It warms all your tissues, gets the juices, gets the nutrients, moves the lymphatic stuff, right? And that's what you want. You want all the lymphatic system is designed to do that, move all that stuff, right? And circulatory system as well, but that just gets going regardless. Your heart responds to movement. So, yeah. All right. Oh, crap. Yeah, holy shit. It's almost 11. 10:56. 42:43 on the clock. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully with an injured walk, with a mild walk to warm up my tissues and help my calf on my left leg here. But if not, I'll go right into shoulders, and I will not do shoulders tomorrow. I'll have to be pretty fucked, to not do any workouts tomorrow. But again, knock on wood, because I want to work out and I love working out. So you feel so much better. So I'll be back with more videos with diet, and with workout stuff. If you don't want to watch the whole workout, and you just want to watch parts, fast forward, rewind, go to a spot and look at it, whatever you want to do, right? Watch the whole thing. If it'll inspire you to motivate yourself to get up and do something, fine. But just, I don't know, have fun with it. But as long as you're moving and losing weight and helping heal your body, fix everything inside or maintain your illness. So anyways, it's it's Friday, almost 11 o'clock, and I will see you tomorrow with a possible injured walk and shoulders. Everyone have a wonderful Friday.